quick disclaimer if you haven't watched it yet. There will be spoilers for this pilot, so if you're interested at all in watching it, you should probably watch that before, this video right here. Yeah, this review right here. Anyways, Glitch Production came out with a new pilot, and it's fantastic. It's got this grimy and grotesque aesthetic feel to it that's entirely new and unique compared to past Glitch Production shows. The animation has these very exaggerated movements, nicely done cinematography, and also very well choreographed action scenes. All of that with a very nice stop-motion style that complements the gross look it's going for. The character design is outstanding, with all of them having twisted humanoid forms, showing just with their designs how much they have strayed from being human. All except for Mel, of course. The designs are overall very appealing to look at. A favorite of the designs for me has to be the angels? Are they all angels in heaven? It probably doesn't matter. I like all these designs, whether it's these toothy guys or the virtues with their robotic bodies displaying their brains with a pane of glass. Or the actual bird-like angels that are vultures, which is a very unique interpretation of them, which is very cool. The voice cast for these characters are great too, with talents like Alana Fitzgerald, Jason Marnocha, John Woodfield, and Gianni Matrigrano, aka Mr. all voicing the main cast. The pilot has many hooks, but just not enough time to get a grip on those hooks fully. But I hope that with more episodes, we'll be able to breathe and get to be able to care more about the story. The story and world building is packed and brimming over the edge with lore drops and hidden messages and exposition. Definitely a plus if you're into lore. The use of the 7 heavenly virtues is interesting and very refreshing. As the usual shows, comics, and movies usually focuses on the 7 deadly sins, it's just a nice sight to see. The exposition about the prophecy is very intriguing, and I am very excited to see where it goes. Will Mel fulfill the prophecy? Will she somehow defy that fate? Could she or would she ever go back to the angels? And the most important part being what the rest of the family will think about her being the human born from the angel's egg. Another hook is the characters, but many of the characters don't have the time to express all of their dynamics or personality enough, which is important for the first episode to do. The dynamic we get to see the most of and explore more than the other characters are the most interesting ones we have so far, that being Ken and Mel. Mel wants to become a member of the Smiling Dead gang, and seemingly, despite Ken's disapproval of that, still wants to make him proud, which makes for a really great dynamic. One thing I really like about Ken is that in his overprotective tendencies over Mel, when they're enacting her plan, it's not the trope of the newbie of the group messes up everything, but a spin on it where the leader messes it up, ruining everything in an attempt to protect his daughter over a secret of her that he thought just might have even the slightest possibility to get out. Also, the Pinky Promise thing is really cute. They have an overall interesting dynamic that I hope we'll be able to explore more in future episodes, if we get them at all. Yes, you can help make that happen by supporting this show by even just watching the pilot, and buying merch if you can. I bought this mud figure. Look at him. I love him. I love him so much. I love him. Another great thing about this pilot is its soundtrack. It's made by Oliver Buckland, the man who made the majority of the soundtrack for the web series, and now video game, Enna. The Gaslight District's tracks use strings with these deep notes that bore into you and that shrill toy piano sound, and all of it harmonizes perfectly with the grimy, gloomy feel of the show. My favorite tracks being High Stakes, Auspicious Star,
I walked upon a melancholy hill, while their song echoed from the chasm deep, the weight of family bonds cementing still, the secrets that our fathers chose to keep.
Surly Gates, carjacking. And cement.
Cement, cement, cement. Make sure to hold your breath. Once you reach the bottom, a fight way worse than death. Cement, cement, cement.
Which also just so happens to be my two favorite scenes. They've been stuck in my head constantly since I've watched the pilot. The visuals are extremely well done too, from the action scene involving a car chase, and that part with mud. Ooh! Love it. As well as the cement scene, which is very fitting of that mafia theme. Now, the most glaring issue of the pilot that I'm hoping will be fixed in future episodes is the pilot is very fast-paced. Sometimes the scenes go at a breakneck speed, and it doesn't leave you with much room to breathe. If the pilot had just 1 extra minute or even a few seconds to pace the scenes better, it would be an immediate improvement. Another thing that might be an issue for people watching is the overall grossness, the violence. Also, these two scenes I found really funny but might be a bit too much for some people is the nip flick scene or the diligence scene. Why do both of them contain mud? Anyways, my final thoughts are that the pilot is great. I give it an 8.5 overall for excellent animation and overall visuals of how it just oozes style. Great soundtrack, interesting characters, and interesting setup, but it needs more time to show the characters and story's potential, for it to be not so quick paced, for it to slow down, breathe, and take its time. Either way, it's looking like we'll have a damn good show if this gets more episodes, and I'm very excited to see where the story will go from here. So, what do you guys think about the pilot? What are your thoughts? I'd very much like to hear them down below in the comments. Thanks for watching!